on the channel, we've got a very special treat. We've got KERAK from the Valaverse line of action figures. So yeah, this is the one. These are the guys who've been melting down Valaverse's website since they launched. It's a real treat for me to have these figures. You know, I managed to get one when Valaverse first started, but I didn't order anymore. I wasn't into the customizing and kit bashing as much as I was now, but yeah, this time I ordered a couple more. And you know, it's just great to review these figures. They're a joy. But let's go ahead and get into it and see what all the fuss was about and why we melted Valaverse's site whenever they came out. So let's take a look at the packaging real quick. I love the way they show us what's in here. You know, usually I took them out already, but you can see all of his hands and his accessories and the figure right here. Action Force, as you know, or some of you know, Action Force was kind of a spin-off of G.I. Joe. I guess Hasbro let the IP or the trademark run out. I think Action Force was the what they used as a moniker in Europe, or as the label in Europe when it came out. Instead of G.I. Joe, I think they used A Great American Hero. They used Action Force. It's time for action, is what they called it, right? To sell that product out there. Valaverse Action Force, the name of the figure, KERAK. You got a little bit of a, you know, again, the logo, and I think this is the Valaverse logo, or not the Valaverse logo, but kind of this, I think this is a Factions logo. I can't remember which one. You got a little bit of a bio there. This is what I wish G.I. Joe Classified would go back to, right? Doing the little bio here. You got your action points, which actually you can redeem at this point for, I think, the Condor Covert Action Hero or Action Figure. You got a little QR code there, and you get a little picture here of the figure in action, right? And a little bit of a comic book artwork here on the side. This figure is also, he's got a background. There's a whole story behind it. I think it's how, you know, the United States, you know, ends up in some kind of civil war or fight. I don't know. I think the trade paperback just came out, which kind of collects all those issues. I'll be ordering that. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger on that. So yeah, that's a look at the box. I'm going to save this box because it's got stuff on it that I want to clip out and collect. So anyways, that's the box. Looking at the figure. So this figure, there is a difference between this one and the first one, and the biggest, so here's a picture. I'll put a picture right there of the first one. So immediately you could see that the first one had a little bit more of you know, not as wide a beard. I guess this is KERAK in his older days, and he had a gray shirt as opposed to this off-white shirt. But that's truly just the only difference with them. Let's take a look at the, you know, let's get some of these accessories off, and we'll go through them one by one in a minute. Pull this off of his hand here. All right, well, that's most of them that'll fall off when we go through it. Looking at the figure overall, they definitely are not gummy like you have with some of the Hasbro figures. These are more of a harder plastic, more heftier, more quality plastic. So you have that. This very pliable material, very quality sculpted material. Just feels, it's got a good heft to it. It feels very quality. I don't know how better to say it. There's quality in this figure. Somebody put some time into it. Somebody put some time into thinking about the plastics they were going to use, and the articulation, and the look of it, the coloring of it. It's got splashes of color everywhere. Brown, off-white, green, black, brown here, some grays, black. It's just got, you know, what most of us wear on a regular, we got splashes of color on us on a regular basis. So let's take a look at the face here. Yep, that's a mean looking dude. That is a mean looking individual. He's got that grin on his face. So yeah, he's probably smiling, but not because of a happy thing. Well, probably happy to him, but not to most people. And yes, this is removable if you really want to take that off, but I think I like him with that on. Anyways, let's take a look at the articulation real quick on this guy. He can look up He can look up this much, which is really good. He can look down that much, which is really good. And I think he's on a ball joint there. So, I mean, this is tremendous articulation. Look at that. That's great. That's almost as good as a spider figure, if not better. So, great work there. He can look, can you look side to side a little bit? A little bit side to side, not much. I guess he's hindered there a little bit, so he kind of looks side to side, but there you go. He does look, turn right, turn left, so you have that. You can strike a T-pose pretty easily, so there's that. He does have a bicep cut, which is very nice. And most of these, I didn't have any problems with the articulation on these. Nothing stuck. He does have a butterfly joint there. Goes back and forth. A little bit of a butterfly joint there. And these figures, I actually was able to put them in the right pose for holding a 9mm. Most of the time, when you have people holding a side gun or these action figures holding a side arm, it's just with one hand, right? No, if you're going to shoot accurately, you need to use both. So this is one of the only figures that has been able to do that because of this butterfly joint here. So you have a bicep cut there. You have pinless double jointed elbows. Easy enough, easy enough. Good articulation there. Great articulation. And do we have an in and out or an up and down? Up and down articulation on this hand, on this particular hand, yeah. And on this one, same thing. Do you have an in and out here or up and down as well? Up and down for the trigger fingers. So that's what you got there. Now, what does he have for in and out here? Or let's see if we can see here. This is how much he can crunch in, which is fantastic. This is how much he can crunch back, which is great. This is great articulation right there. Crunches in a lot and goes back a lot. That's great. I think the only hindrance is this, and you can take this off if you really want. And it gets out of your way anyway, so that's awesome. He does have basically a cut at the torso, which you can articulate, and then a cut at the waist or ball at the waist, which you can articulate as well. I can't see if they don't feel like drop down hips, but I may be wrong. He can kick up that much, which is quite a bit. And he does have a cut at the thigh. He does have double jointed pinless knees, which go back quite a ways. But yes, he can kick up that far back, or that far back and that far forward. So that's very nice. Let's see, he does have a boot cut, which is perfectly done, perfectly hidden. And he does have ankle pivot there, that much down, that much up. So great articulation as expected, as I've come to expect from these figures. So I'm really, really, really pleased with it. So tremendous work on these figures. They feel great. They've got a great heft. The world around them is being developed by Bobby Valla and the Valaverse team. So let's take a look a little bit at the accessories that he comes with, because he comes with quite a few. I mean, number one, he comes with this giant machete thing. I mean, it's gigantic. So, and actually you can, let's see if we can equip all of his stuff on it, because he has a slot for everything. He has his, I believe this is, I don't know, this looks like a 1911 or it doesn't look like a 9. I think that's a little bit too big for that. Anyways, he's got his sidearm there. And then he's got, I believe this is a shotgun. Yep, he's got a shotgun and a pouch for it, which is pegged into his back there. And then he's got his little skull cap there, his little garrison helmet, which he leads the garrison force. And then he's got his little tomahawk back here, which actually can slide in. I'm not going to do it because I don't like it back there, but you can slide that in between there. And let's see, well, screw it, let's do it. There it goes. You can slide that in there for him to carry his tomahawk. And there he is, fully loaded, ready for battle, ready to go out there and take on any one of the forces that are ready to battle with the garrison army. I think his background is he was trained as a army infantry and psychological operations. Psychological operations, I don't think that's infantry. I'm pretty sure that's military intelligence. But anyways, good background for the character. Great figure. I literally have no complaints about it. I didn't have to add any oil on any part of it. It articulated great right out of the box. No complaints. You know what? The I do have a complaint, and it's actually very nitpicky, and I don't know if I'd want him to fix it or not. I think for now it's fine, but if he could make the removing of the arms of the hands any easier, that would be better. But then again, we complain about, well, damn, they, you know, when you do it with the GI Joe, sometimes they just pop on and off, or they're loose or whatever. At least this way, you heat them up a little, pop them in, pop them out, and they stay fixed, right? The other thing that he comes with is he comes with a ton of hands, right? He comes with 2 Fists of Fury. He's got the 2 trigger hands. He's got the 2 Fists of Fury hands. He's got the 2, basically, you know, everybody says these are like relaxed, but they're not. These are to hold the weapons underneath them, right? To cup the weapon underneath. These are what these hands are for. Or you could use them as to smack, you know, smacking somebody or whatever. But anyways, these are the holding the hands underneath, or the relaxed hands. Holding the weapons underneath, or the relaxed hands. And then you have not the trigger hand, but the, you know, gripping hand here. It's not a trigger finger, it's just a grip. So that's what you get. So you get quite a bit for your, as I would expect though, because, you know, it's not a premium format figure. It's a quality figure, and it does cost a little more than the GI Joe Classified, but you get a lot of quality and a lot of accessories for it. Definitely worth the price, I think, of admission, and definitely gonna support a homegrown United States company, you know, trying to make it and doing a tremendous job at it. Let's look at how he compares to a couple of GI Joe Classified figures. So here he is standing next to Destro, another baddie. So let's see, let's stick Destro over here, see if you can stand next to him there. They stand about, Destro's just a tad bit taller. Let's see him standing next to a Viper. That's what he looks like standing next to a Viper. About the same height as the Viper. And they mix tremendously well with your GI Joe Classifieds. So I dig it, man. I really dig you know, these Valaverse line. And we'll be doing a couple of other reviews for the other ones that come out, especially the Condor was reissued, and then the new Desert Troopers were issued. We'll go over those as well. Why not? It's a new line. It's getting a lot of attention. This way, he looks like standing next to Daredevil. I think he's a little bit taller than Daredevil. Sometimes the camera angle skews this, but that's what he looks like there. He's a little bit, no, they're close to about the same height. So that's what he looks like there, standing next there to Daredevil. And let's maybe do one more. Let's see. Let's do him standing next to the Scarab from the Valaverse line. Let's see, I'm standing over here. The Scarab is a little taller. Yep. So there you go. Let's just do with the helmet. Let's see how high he is. How tall. Let's see. I guess he measures, you know, right at 6.5. Yep, he's a tall boy. A little more than 6.5. So anyways, that's where he is. So do I recommend this figure? Absolutely. Do I recommend the line? Absolutely. They mix well with your G.I. Joes and Marvel Legends and other characters that you may have in your collection. So it's great, great fodder. I guarantee this is what happened to me. I started buying a couple of these and I got way into kit bashing and modifying, and that's what this line is great for as well. So do I recommend the figure? Yes. It's a good quality. Yes. It hits all the great points. Definitely tremendous value there to me, not only for your money, but also for supporting a small, you know, owned United States company. And I'm all about that, small owned businesses. So anyways, what do you guys think? Was I fair to the figure? Are you guys going to pick it up? Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, as long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep rolling them out.